So if you remember, we've talked about logarithms, and the only logs that you can work on a calculator are log base 10, because our decimal system is base 10, and then natural log, because you have to have be able to work with e. But if we had a problem like this, log base 7 of 4, we wouldn't be able to use a calculator. And so what they've done is they've come up with a property or a formula or whatever, where you can change the base into something that we can use. So you're going to either change it into a log base 10, or you're going to change it into a natural log. And it doesn't matter which one you choose, as long as you just choose one. And so what's happening is you're going to change it, and you're going to have a fraction. And if, let's say we went log base 10, you're going to have a log on top and a log on bottom. So this is unlike the properties, where in the properties you just have one logarithm. Here we actually divide by two different logarithms. And they're both base 10 in this case. If you went natural log, then it would look like this. Okay, and then the 4 has to go somewhere and the 7 has to go somewhere. And what happens is, if I were to draw a line through this like it was a fraction, it's not really a fraction, but if it was, you'll notice that the 4 is above and the 7 is below. And that's how they go in the logarithms. It's going to be log base 10 of the 4 over log base 10 of the 7. So you have one logarithm here of the 4, and you have one logarithm here with the 7. And if you plug that in your calculator, it's actually going to tell you what this is originally. Okay, so let's look at another one. Let's say you had log base 3 of 14. Well, let's use natural log this time for something different. I'm going to do a natural log of 14 on the top, and I'm going to do a natural log of 3 on the bottom. Plug those in my calculator. Make sure that when you plug them in, a lot of times the calculator will say natural log and it'll put a parenthesis, and then you're going to type in 14. You need to end that parenthesis and then hit divide and do your natural log, and it'll give you a parenthesis, 3, and end that parenthesis in order to get the right thing. You might also consider putting a parenthesis around there and around there, just to make sure that it's all included correctly. And that's usually a good idea when you do fractions, is to put parentheses around the top, all of the top, and parentheses around all of the bottom. And that's change of base.